Hello and welcome back. Rev here. Recently I went on a 21-day, 3-week backpacking trip in the Sierra Nevadas. And one of the reasons why I went there was just to kind of test my limits as far as my health is concerned, and to see if I could actually do it in probably one of the most strenuous sections of the PCT. Another reason why I did this trip was my phone became inoperable, which included my camera, and I was not able to film any of the sites there from basically Sawmill Pass all the way to Echo Lake. And so I did this hike in order to record the things that I didn't get to record when I was doing my 2020 PCT through hike. I'll be putting out those videos as soon as possible on my YouTube channel. But many of you inquired about my health and how I've been doing since my heart attack. And so I want to spend a few moments just to update you on my health situation and just have you think about me in the coming days because of this very special announcement that I'm going to make. And so stay tuned. Many of you are aware that in 2020 I did a through hike of the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada, and I completed that journey on September the 28th. Hard to believe, but 8 months later, after I got home, I suffered a heart attack. I was doing a 4-mile in, 4-mile back trail there in the Palm Springs area, and didn't suffer any chest pains or anything like that, but I just could not make it up a hill. I just basically lost all kinds of energy and stamina. My stamina was zero. Basically, I just kind of ran out of gas. And so to make a long story short, I was airlifted out to a local emergency room, and they determined that I'd had a heart attack. After I'd seen my cardiologist, he found that I had 3 blockages in my right coronary artery. And he told me that the thing that saved my life was hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. He said that because of those blockages, my heart was having a hard time basically breathing or getting blood to my heart. But because of the strenuous activity that was involved in hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, I developed what's called secondary circulation. I'd never heard of it before, but basically my heart grew arteries to bypass those blockages in my coronary artery. It was also a blockage in the lower part of my left coronary artery that did not affect the blood flow to my heart. And so they weren't really concerned about that, but they were concerned about the 3 blockages in my right coronary artery. In August of that year, 3 months later after I had my heart attack, the cardiologist sent me to the University of California in San Diego, and I had a what they called a revolutionary, a groundbreaking stent procedure, and put 3 stents in my right coronary artery, one after another. Since then, I've been on 7 different prescriptions, and which included blood thinners, 2 blood thinners, 2 blood pressure medicines. And because of that, it has affected somewhat of my energy levels and things like that. But as far as my backpacking and hiking and exercising and getting in the outdoors is concerned, my cardiologist said that I was clear and okay to go. Except for my energy level and the level of stamina that I have, my heart attack has not affected me any as far as, again, backpacking and hiking is concerned. My cardiologist said that my heart as a muscle was very strong, and there was no damage whatsoever that was done because of my heart attack. Many well-meaning people have given me advice concerning my health condition, but my cardiologist assured me that it was not my lifestyle, it was not my diet, but he said strictly it was hereditary. My dad had coronary artery disease. It affected him and ultimately died from it. My brother next to me has coronary artery disease and has had 2 heart attacks and stents and open heart surgery. And then my brother next to him, he also had heart attack and coronary artery disease with stents as well. So I guess it just basically caught up with me. But I eat about as healthy as you can imagine. I'm on a basically carb-free diet and just take care of myself, watch what I eat and stuff like that. And plus I've lost a lot of weight over the past years. And so it's just strictly hereditary is what caused this. But it has not affected my ability to be able to hike and to go backpacking, except for my level of stamina. Now, about 7 years ago, I was out doing a 3-day backpacking trip at the Henrico State Park in Gilroy, California. And the first night, I spent the night and woke up the next morning and went to do my morning procedure of urination, and my urine was a little dark. Well, I assumed that it was probably dehydration or something like that, and so I started drinking some more water. I packed up camp and went down the trail and had to go urinate again. And this time it was very, very dark, about the color of root beer. And then I was starting to get a little concerned. And so I went down the trail a little bit more, felt the urge to urinate again, and then this time I urinated straight blood. I mean, it was bright red blood. That really concerned me. And so I cut my backpacking trip short and headed to the car as soon as I could and came home. As soon as I got home, shortly afterwards, I went to a clinic and explained to the doctor in charge there at the time what I was experiencing with the urination of blood, and he immediately took out a ultrasound machine and started going over my abdomen and on my side. I thought perhaps maybe it was a kidney stone or something that I had passed and maybe nicked some veins and stuff like that and caused blood to be in my urine. But for some reason, he, with the ultrasound machine, he put it on my abdomen and was looking around there. Well, I'm not too smart, but I think your kidneys are towards your back instead of where your abdomen is. And I did pay attention in biology class somewhat. But I was wondering why. That was kind of strange that he would be concerned about my abdomen rather than in my back where my kidneys were. And so after a little while, he stopped and he said, Mr. Callahan, I am going to send you immediately to the local emergency room. And he said, I want them to do a CAT scan, MRI, and ultrasound on you. He said, I'm kind of concerned about what I see in the abdomen. Again, to make a long story short, I went to the ER and had all those procedures done. And they determined that I had a AAA. Now, again, I had no earthly idea what a AAA was. And I'll try to say it. I think it's called an abdominal aortic aneurysm. Well, when I heard the word aneurysm, it really concerned me. I knew what an aneurysm was. It's basically like a bulge in a tire. And I know that whenever a tire gets a bulge in it, they're concerned that it would rupture and that the air would go out. So I was referred to a vein and vascular surgeon. And again, he did some more tests and said that the aneurysm was not of a size that concerned him right now as far as rupture was concerned. But every year he wanted to see me so that he could do an MRI and test on it to see if the aneurysm grew any. And so I've been doing that for about 7 years now. Just recently, when I had my annual checkup of my AAA, the doctor was kind of concerned that it had grown to the point where perhaps maybe something needed to be done. And so again, through MRIs and CAT scans and ultrasound, they determined that because of the size of the aneurysm and the shape of the aneurysm, that it needed to be dealt with as soon as possible. Now, I'm not a doctor, and a lot of the things that were explained to me, first of all, I couldn't remember, and a lot of it was very, very technical. But basically, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be going to the hospital to have surgery done to place a stent in my aorta. The aorta is the artery that runs from the heart all the way down basically your backbone, but through your abdomen, and then splits off down your legs through your groin all the way to the bottom of your legs. Again, it provides blood to your entire body. So they're going to place a stent in my aorta to basically exclude that aneurysm and provide blood flow and reduce the risk of rupture. It seems like that every time I have one of these health situations come up, like a heart attack or a AAA, I ask the same question to my doctors. How is this going to affect my ability to go out backpacking, exercising, and basically my quality of life? My vascular surgeon assured me that if everything goes well, then I'll be able to be out and about and hiking, and it won't affect my ability to get in the outdoors whatsoever. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be having this procedure done, and I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate your thoughts, your concerns. I really appreciate the support that I've gotten from the hiking community and the outdoor community. You don't know how much that encourages me and just lifts my spirits. So as soon as I had this surgery, this procedure, and back at home recovering, I will be making some plans and preparing for some great backpacking trips for next year. So again, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your concern, your prayers, and I'll let you know how the surgery goes. And until then, I will see you down the trail.